something wrong with this program. I think it's working now. Hey YG, link name, young name. We start at 9. We still have over an hour left, so go do what you gotta do before we begin. We have quite a bit of time before we actually get into the main part of our stream. Just letting you guys know that we have over an hour left before we actually get into our stream, okay? So go have dinner, go for a walk, that's probably better. Whatever you need to do, okay? What's the song name? It's called The Manhunt. It's called The Manhunt. And the name of the album is KIA, whatever that means. Hey, Izojin, what's up? How's it going? Hello everybody. It's good to see you. It's good. You look greenish. Yeah, I'm just going for a slightly different look today. I've applied a different kind of grade to my shot. Just trying to, try something different. I'm doing okay, Jongshoni. How are you doing? How are ya? How are you doing? How are you doing yourself? Top of the evening to ya. Top of the evening to you too. Hello, you look like 80s. Those were the days, right? Those were the days. How's everybody doing tonight? What are you guys doing? I love doing these very intrusive types of streams. Just when everyone is like having the best time of their week. Friday night, right? And just kind of asking like, hey, what are you doing? What are you eating? Who are you hanging out with? What is that? Hey, Sam, good evening to you too. Oh my god, I can join around. It's okay. It's alright. Should I look? Do I look green? I thought I looked a bit, I don't know. Do I look greener than usual? I was kind of under the impression that I looked a bit orange. I look green? It does look very vintage, doesn't it? I was actually going for that look. I was going for that vintage vibe. Hamanim says, what's up? Not much. Just here for another stream. How about you? What's going on with you? Stream date night. Yeah, stream day. Not the best time throughout the week, right? But it is what it is. Kittyneem says, hi Sam. Hi, how you doing? What's up? How's it going? How are things tonight? How are things going? Your cup looks so cute, by the way. Yeah, it's one of my favorite cups. It has a bunch of animals on it. I also have a green face. What do you mean by that? What do you mean you have a green face? Kittyneem is doing good. Good. Good to hear. Good to hear. So what are you doing tonight? Any plans tonight? Besides tuning into the stream and saying hello? I mean, you're welcome to stay and hang out for the next few hours. But I suggest that you go do something better. Something more fun. Hey, Unnim, what's up? How you doing? How's it going? What are you doing tonight? Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? I just brewed a bunch of tea. This 2-liter... Is this 2 liter? I think it's over 2 liters. 2 liters of peppermint tea. So I am good to go. I am good to go. How's everybody doing? Literally a bunch. Yeah, a whole lot of peppermint tea for me tonight. So how's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a great evening. It's gotten pretty warm, hasn't it? Although I hear that it's going to get... Wait, no. No, I think it's just going to continue on. It's just going to continue getting warmer from here on out, right? You love peppermint tea? You know, I didn't used to like peppermint tea, but I've really I've learned to enjoy it. A new season of Drive to Survive is released today. I'll do binge watching TV. Oh, okay, Drive to Survive. So what kind of show is it? Curious. There's this show that I didn't even know existed, but recently heard that it's actually very good, and I don't know, I haven't watched a single episode of it. And from what I hear, season 2 recently started. It's called Severance. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it, or if any of you guys watched it. There's a show called Severance, and I think it's currently only available. It's only streaming on Apple TV. I was kind of hoping that it was streaming on Netflix, but apparently it's not. It's called Severance. I don't even know what it's about. But I might give that a try because I've heard a lot of good things about it. I mean, I've even heard people compare it to Breaking Bad, so that's got to be something. Yeah, it's a pretty big water bottle. That's right. It's the biggest one I got. Peppermints have, after having heavy dishes, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much about the effects or the health benefits, but from what I hear, it's supposed to help you with your digestion. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I would like to believe that it is true. Hi Sam, how's your day been? My day has been okay. I've been spending most of the day working. I've actually started. I don't know if anybody's asking for this. I mean, nobody's really asked for this, but you know, I was kind of looking back at my older videos, and I realized that everything is it's just so messy. Not organized at all. The titles and the thumbnails and the playlists, it's just such a mess. It's just like my room. It's just so messy, completely out of order. And so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't know if I'm going to succeed, but I have taken upon myself to actually go ahead and organize my videos. Give them new names, give them new thumbnails, and put them in, reorganize the playlists, and so that it's much easier for you guys to look for what you want to watch. It's going to be a long process because there are so many videos, and I myself am not very organized by nature. I'm just not a very organized person. So it's going to be very, very difficult for me to actually do that. However, that doesn't mean I shouldn't. It means that it's all the more reason that I should, right? Maybe I'll learn something. It'll be good for me, too. So that's kind of what I started. I think I started doing this. Obviously, it's not gonna be finished for a while. It's gonna take a while because there are over 1,000 videos, and that's just only looking at my main channel. When you look at my toddler channel, it's another several hundred, right? So that's pretty crazy. But we'll see. We will see. It's my first time. What time does class end? When we start at 9, we usually finish around 11. As a person who don't enjoy series, I establish my common sense here from you guys like Cassandra. Establish your common sense. Interesting. Okay. Hey, Half Moony, what's up? How's it going? What are you doing tonight? What's going on tonight? I volunteered this morning in the senior cafeteria for 4 hours. It was a little hard but rewarding. Okay, senior cafeteria. Where is this cafeteria? What kind of facility is it? Is it like a facility for older people? Like a... What kind is it? Hey, Hangbongni, what's up? Yeah, I'm here a little early. By the way, just in case there are those of you who don't know, we start at 9, okay? We're going to start at 9. So just go do what you got to do. If you want to hang out and chat with me, you can do that. Feel free to do that. But yeah, we have more than an hour. Well, no, now we have about an hour left. So almost 2 hours. Yeah. I wonder what this means. Hey, Sam Samchon. Hey, Greenie. What's up? What's going on? What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? What's going on? Onanim, I missed your message. How you doing tonight? Unicorn, how you doing? Where's the pumpkin cup? The pumpkin cup is downstairs somewhere. I've replaced it with this cup, which holds a lot more liquid. And so it's just much more efficient because I don't have to, keep filling it up throughout the stream, right? 멤버 추가 영상에 가끔 멤버도 들어갈 수 없는 게 있던데요. 아, 멤버 추가 영상에 가끔 멤버도 들어갈 수 없는 게 있다고요? How could that be possible? That's weird. Okay. Oh, maybe they're... I don't know why that would be. I don't have any different tiers. I don't have different tiers of memberships. I just have one membership tier. So if you are a member, you should be able to watch every one of my videos. That's odd. Maybe I accidentally added another video from another channel. Maybe I accidentally added that into the list. Who knows? Hopefully I come across it as I'm doing this whole organizing thing. 평소에 많이 보면서 공부 중에 감사합니다. Hey, it's my pleasure. I'm glad that my videos are helping. It's good to know. Did Amber get her... Yes, she got her stitches removed. And no, she still has to wear the cone because she keeps licking her wrists. I guess I should say her forearms. She keeps licking her forearms where they had the needles connected. Yeah, because when they are giving her some intravenous drugs before and after the surgery, they have to have it connected. They have to have it hooked up through her forearms, and she keeps licking that part. And licking itself, it doesn't do that much harm, but when she continues to lick it, it could kind of irritate her skin, and it could get like really raw. And so the doctor suggested that we keep the cone on until about maybe Monday or Tuesday next week. I was really hoping that we could get rid of the cone. I really hate seeing her in that cone. But it's just a few more days, right? I've not been here for a while, but fortunately I can get the alarms of this channel and join here again. Thank you. Hey, K-Sunny, what's up? Hey, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. How have you been? Watching you know that. Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are tuning into the stream and also doing other stuff. And come on, let's face it, it's a Friday night. I'm sure people have better things to do than tune into this stream. It could be, yeah. It could be that you are a member of one of the channels, and you were looking at a membership video on the other channel. That could be the case. Yes. Good. It's good catch, JC. How much longer? Just until about Monday or Tuesday. So Amber is my dog. 조동사 활용 비디오 있어서 보려고 했는데 안 보이는 게 들어왔어요. 조동사 활용 비디오? 조동사 활용 비디오? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Maybe you're referring to the course. There is another list of videos. There are 5 videos. No, I think 5 or 6 videos in that playlist. It's about using the modal verbs, 조동사, and the perfect tense. And that is it's a paid course. It doesn't matter whether you're a membership or not. It's a paid course. And maybe I don't know, maybe you're talking about that one. Wow, organizing the old video sounds like work that takes some time. Yeah, it's going to take quite a while, but doing that will definitely be a big help for your current subscribers, including new learners. Yeah, I realize, because I get a lot of questions asking which videos they should start watching. And although I had kind of I guess you can't really call it an answer. It's more like an excuse, right? It's an excuse for not being able to give a good recommendation. And I thought, I kind of sat here and I kind of thought to myself, it would be really great if I could at least give some recommendations. So if you have no idea what to watch, you don't even know what you want to watch, then maybe start with this, And so, but in order to do that, I need my videos to be somewhat organized, right? Because right now, it's just a complete mess. And so I decided to actually embark on this huge task, something that I never thought I would do, of organizing all those videos. And oh yeah, I mean, I started a few days ago. I started making new thumbnails that are easier to see, easier to read, like easier to know what you're going to be watching. That's not it. It's taking some time. It's going to take a while. I think it's going to take several months. Even if I were to work on it very consistently, it's going to take several months. By any chance, can I look forward to 영어로 떠들기 영상? I just love that kind of vlog. Well, sure, I am actually working on that, but I'm waiting until I have quite a collection of clips. I do have many clips right now recorded, but they're just kind of few seconds every day, because I'm sure a lot of you guys know that I don't do a lot of different stuff day by day. It's pretty much routine. I work, I spend a lot of time working, I take my dogs out, I spend time with my family. That's pretty much it. There's really not much to see. So I have been recording myself whenever there was something, and it's just not that much. And so when I've collected a meaningful amount, I'll be sharing that. Yeah, it's Friday night. 동진님, what are you up to? What are you up to tonight? What are you up to tonight? How many categories? I'm hoping that I can trim it down to maybe about 5 or 6, because right now there are way too many. Yeah, there are way too. Hey, Hamanim, thank you for the membership support. I really appreciate that. 회원이라고 뜨는 건 다른 거냐고요? That's the membership. That is the membership. It's different from... I don't know what you're comparing it with. Are you comparing it with the subscription? So look forward to what's going to be covered in today's lesson. Well, it's just another dialogue. Although some of the expressions and some of the sentences might be a little bit challenging. But since we're on the main channel today, I figured, that's what you guys are looking for. Bonnie. 10 years ago? Wait, Bonnie! Ah. Were you preparing to become a stewardess? Like a flight attendant? Were you attending flight attendant school? Yes? Wow, so I'm not a complete idiot. I still remember stuff. Awesome. 10 years ago. Holy shit. Holy shit. I can't believe I remember that. 야, 그때 영어 많이 해서 외워서 취업됐어요. Wow, that's great. 오래전부터 구독 중인데 요즘에 멋있어요. That's great. Yeah, so you're working overseas now? You're working overseas? Unicorn Name says, I find your videos easy to watch because they're natural and not exaggerated. Yeah, cause that's, I always go, although I think I've come a long way, because as I was saying, I was looking through my older videos and some of them were very, very awkward. Like in some of the videos, the way I read certain examples and certain sentences, the way I went through the dialogues, it was really, really awkward and sometimes very cringy. But so I've realized that I've come a long way. There's been quite an improvement. But yeah, I really aim for that though. I think going for natural speech is very, very important, because that's how we're going to be using the language, right? We're not always using the language in very dramatic situations, so, or as you said, exaggerated situations. Watching videos of your day-to-day routine would be nice, as we can naturally pick up some repetitive expressions. Day-to-day, I mean, I don't spend. I mean, I guess I could. Do you want me to? Do you want to see me picking up Amber's poop? Ooh, this poop's not. Her poop is nice today. It's nice and mushy. I think your class is more interesting. What? No, that's not true. That obviously means that you haven't watched enough TV shows. Oh, okay, cool. What? You're a mother? No, that's not true, is it? It can't be. You're a mother? Oh my gosh, that is so shocking. Hey, congratulations. I mean, when did this happen though? Like, did this happen very recently? I can't, because, I mean, I do. It's so weird. It's so weird thinking that you're a mother. You have a child? Wait, you're a mother. That means you have a child. Like the actual human, like another, like a smaller version of you. That is so, oh, that is so wild. Yeah. This week, my son got in high school. Oh, okay. I was really tired because I had to wake up very early. I see. Okay. But from now on, I mean, just in the beginning, right? From now on, your son can just wake up by himself and do it. Because that's what I did. I just woke up by myself, and I just I mean he's a big guy now, right? It's a really meet and greet. Yeah, I know, right? No. 10년이 걸린다라는 거는요. 미강님, 걱정하지 마세요. 이 10년이라는 거는 정말 열심히 했을 때고, most people take longer than that. Okay, so it's not just 10 years. Okay, it's gonna take much longer for most of you. Yeah. So if you want to get better, I mean, you gotta work really hard. Oh, this is your first time tuning. This is your first time chatting. Cool. Okay. All right. Sam must have such a good memory. No, I don't have such a good memory. I only remember the things that I want to. An actual human, like another. No, I'm just saying, it's, it's kind of crazy, like the people that you used to know. I mean, I think I kind of remember Bonnie, and she was just this really young student, right? I felt like her uncle or something, and she's now a mother? Like, damn. Oh, that's crazy. I still can't imagine. Oh man. 12 because it's been 7 years for you? Okay. Well, I mean, it's not, you can't, that doesn't mean you can just wait 3 years and suddenly you're going to get better. I mean, you're going to have to work really hard. What? And how are you still alive? Jeez. You feel like a grandpa. Yeah, I feel really old. I mean, that's what it means though, right? It just means that so much time has actually... Because, yeah, it's like 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago? 10 years ago. Wow. 10 years ago. Wow. You're a big fan of TV show. It hasn't been very long since I started studying with your channel, but I've learned a lot. I appreciate it. I'm such a lucky person. Well, I'm such a lucky person to have a student like you. That's great. It's my pleasure. It's very nice of you to say. She must have been an impressive student. I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I remember she came. She came to our hagwon for quite some time. Maybe not consistently for a very long time, but you know, she would come for. She was more like a seasonal student, you know what I mean? So she would come, stay for several months, and suddenly she would just disappear for a while, and then she would come back with some news about something, like, oh, I'm going to this flight attendant school and stuff, and then she would be gone for another several months, and then she would come back, you know, like a seasonal student. But she was our student for quite a while. I mean, I was there for about, I think I worked there for about 5 years. So, how's everybody doing tonight? How are you guys doing? What are you guys doing tonight? Any plans on this Friday night? How's everybody doing? A mother. She's a mother. How many kids? I mean, not that it matters, but I'm just kind of curious. Like, just one kid, right? And you had your kid very recently. I'm assuming. 글로 보면 아는 문장인데 빠른 속도와 연음으로 멘붕을 겪고 있습니다. 이런 경우에 무슨 공부가 좀 도움이 되나요? 섀도잉? 강의 말고요. 강의 말고 뭐 섀도잉도 괜찮은데 섀도잉에만 의존을 해서는 안 돼. You can't rely only on shadowing. You have to do a combination of different things. Okay, so the key thing is amount over time. Amount over time. 시간에 걸쳐서 양을 많이. That's the key element. Those are the key elements. Okay? A large amount over a long period of time. So just, watch, read, use English as much as you can over as long of a period as you can. That's really all there is to it. I mean, what else can you do? What else can you do? Roblox or what? Roblox or Minecraft? What do you mean? You play those games? Happy Friday. It's my first time saying hi to you. Hey, within name? So, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Save me when I have no plans for... Yeah. Well, it's... hey, this could be something we can do on a Friday night, right? Just one daughter. Cool. All right. Does she look just like you? Oh man, it would bring back so much memories if we were to see each other again. That would be so. That'd be crazy. How crazy would it be if you were standing right across from me with your daughter? Man, weren't you가 음성 인식하면은 12로 나온다고요? What? 발음 팁이 있을까요? 팁은 없고요. 그냥 들려드리는 수밖에 없어요. Just say weren't you. Weren't you? 왜 숫자로 나오지? 12? 12? Weren't you? Weren't you? Just say weren't you? My nice My nice mug? What that's some kind of tongue twister. My nice mug. Why is that so hard to say? My nice mug. I just watched a YouTube video about how much British love to use a mug. Oh, okay. Mugs. Okay, I mean, who doesn't like mugs though? Right? 저 필리핀 비행 와서 보는 중이에요. Oh, okay. So you're actually working still. You're in the Philippines. Cool. All right. Oh man. So how long have you been working as a flight attendant? I just had fried chicken with Coke with my family. Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so different from what I had for dinner. I don't think I could have had any, I don't think a healthier meal exists compared to what I had today. I mean, I wish I had taken a picture, but I almost never take pictures of what I eat. But like what my wife made for me tonight was like the definition of a healthy meal. It was just insanely healthy. And yeah, so that's, I don't know why that reminded me of that, but yeah. Anyway, fried chicken. That must have been really good. Good for you. I found a native speaker with a voice similar to mine and practiced modeling instead of shadowing as you suggested. It definitely seems more effective. Well, just, stick with what works. But remember, keep in mind that what works now may not always work in the long term, and it may not be interesting. It just may not be that interesting in the long term. And so always keep yourself open for changes. Like, always be ready to change things up, because that's fine. It's okay. Because the most important thing for you is just keep going, right? To maintain it for a long period of time. So, you're a fan. Cool. Thank you. 학원 차량 운전하는 일하고요. 48세 아주미예요. 아주미? Okay. 요즘 토요 영상 2-3시간 공부해. Wow, that's great. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, hey, I'm glad I can help. That's awesome. I guess you have one of those jobs that you can actually do while consuming content, right? That's like one of the advantages of a job like that, I guess. Okay. Be careful out there. You never know what's going to happen, right? I'm improving my listening and speaking skills after reading your book. That's great. How are you doing that? Very curious. How are you doing that? I didn't realize Toddler Channel separated member management from intermediate. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah. So, it's just a separate channel. Just to think of it as a completely different channel. The channels have nothing to do with each other. I had COVID oh, you had COVID? That thing is still going around? I didn't have COVID during the pandemic. It was unexpected. Yeah, I would be very surprised to hear anybody got COVID nowadays, but it's still going on, yeah? It's just not as talked about as it used to be, I guess. 영어학원 다녀도 실력 안 늘어서 보는 중입니다. Yeah. You gotta find a way. You gotta slowly integrate English into your daily life. I think that is key. I hope that makes sense. 11 years. Oh, you've been working 11 years? Wow. Okay, so not long after, around the time that. Oh, okay. So not long after I stopped working there, I guess. Or no. You had already started working there when I was still working there. Okay, cool. 11 years. Wow. You must be that's like a veteran, right? That is amazing. I don't know if that's a real thing. It's a very small amount of brown rice, cooked chicken with only a touch of salt and pepper, avocado, a salad with very light vinegar and virgin oil dressing, and a small soup of just a very small soup made with some Korean ingredients. Yeah. It was so good. I just ate it up. I just shoved everything in my face. It was so good. I love the kind of insane meal too, just for health, but that doesn't mean always right choice. Yeah, of course. I mean, right. Well, of course she does. Yeah. And hers too, you know? So. 근데 오늘 영상에 세피아 감성 한번 넣어주면 분위기 있어요. Oh, yeah? Has that sepia look? After a real quick nap, I'll be right back because of a lot of headache. Oh, you have a headache. Okay, sorry to hear about that. I hope the headache goes away after the nap. Oh, by the way, we start in 30 minutes and half an hour, so you guys have plenty of time before we actually begin. It's not just you. I find that hard to pronounce too. My nice mug. It's so hard to say. Just the 3 consecutive starting characters M and M are kind of tricky. Yeah. I don't think I've ever said that in my entire life. My nice mug. Started by listening to your live streams, now expanding to various kinds of clips, talking to AI. Yeah. So that's you're doing it correctly, right? So just do as much as you can and mix things up as much as you can. Never rely on one source or one method. Always do a variety of different things, because that's the only way that, I mean, just doing things in a variety of different ways itself is actually good for you. And also, again, moving away from all those activities that we regard as studying, okay, I think that's always a good thing. So, second book, I'm really looking forward to it too. 강남 영어학원의 제 돈으로 기둥 몇 개는 살 때도 봐도 외국인 앞에서 사면 땀이 줄줄. Well, you know, that's like saying, you know, a foreigner who has taken a lot of Korean tests not being able to use Korean very effectively. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Of course. Yeah, I think my headphones look really cool too. It really was. Looks like you can whistle. You can't whistle? I can probably whistle both exhaling and inhaling. Although I think anybody can do that. So Friday, I can also make a very similar sound to what dogs make when they're whimpering. Like, I probably shouldn't do that. My dogs are gonna react to it, so. 문정혜님, 자주 접하려고 노력해도 가끔은 멀미 나서 멀리하게 되는. Well, it's just, you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Poke? Yeah, I guess it's kind of a poke, sure. Oh, unicorning. Wow, that's 빨무쌤 book unit 50 기념. Thank you. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you very much for the extra support. I really, really appreciate that, unicorning. Thank you very much. No, not anytime soon. I wish, but not anytime soon, no. My cats reacted to your whistle. What? They were like, what the, who the fuck? 내 말대로 하는 것이 자동으로 영어로 튀어나올 때까지 연습하는 게 중요한 것 같아요. Of course. I mean, actually, that's not what's important. That's the only way. I think people overestimate. I mean, it's when you think about it, right? When you take a step back and think about what Hajinim is saying, this is what normal learning is like. This is how people normally learn. It's not something that's very important. Of course you should do that. Everything else is just secondary. I'm happy that I'm picking expressions while listening to live. Well, that's why we do this, right? That's why we do it. Hello, teacher. Hello, teacher. Oh yeah, what's up? How's it going, Hamster님? What are you doing tonight? What are you up to on this Friday night? This is how people learn. Yeah, that's how people learn. Just repeating it until it becomes, like second nature to them, until it becomes very natural to them. That's how everybody learns, and it's not. Nobody should consider that to be something special. It's how we learn everything, actually. We learn by doing it. Okay. Alright, we have about 25 minutes left, so again, do what you gotta do. I should probably increase the font here, because my eyes are really not what they used to be. So, what are you guys doing right now? What are you guys doing? I'm curious. Are you guys, some of you guys are maybe having dinner. YG, I think he's taking a quick nap. And what do you guys got going on tonight after this, maybe? You're reading my book. My kids' friends went to my place. Okay, so you had your kids' friends over. Okay. They were playing together in my tiny living room. 4 kids, Friday, yeah. Oh, gosh. It must be a zoo there. It's like a zoo. Do you always have your kids' friends over on Friday nights? It is what it is. One of my friends in the U.S. used the same phrase today. It looks like it's my sentence of the day. It is what it is. Usually people just say that when they really have nothing more to say about that. No, you are so early, actually. These days, I'm less self-conscious when I speak English in front of Koreans. All thanks to you. It's all about repetition. Hey, you're the one who actually put in the time to do it, and you're the one who overcame it. So, I'm just here trying to be as helpful as I can. So, if I had anything to do with that, hey, it's my pleasure. That's one of my favorite things to hear, actually. Planning to visit LA and San Diego. Cool. When? Do you have somebody there? I'm lying on the bed with my cat and watching your live. Wow, okay, that sounds like a very cozy part of the day. Canada kids March break is started. Okay, they call it March break. Okay, so they have like a it's like a 2-week break, or they have the entire March. They have a break for the entirety of March, or maybe I'm going to sleep after. Okay, you're gonna go to bed. All right, just evening or pajama. So I have to with 3 kids 1 week. Oh my. Okay, so I have to with. Oh, all right. So you have to be with your 3 kids for 1 week. It's just 1 week. It's a week break. And it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot to handle, huh? What is your watch? It's cool. Oh, this watch? It is. Oh shit! What is it? It's one of the Garmin watches. A family trip in May. Oh, okay. MBTI? I don't know. I only know one of the letters, and that's T. Yeah, but I mean, you can just. We can just talk for a while, and you can. I'm sure people will be able to guess my MBTI. 딸내미 영어학원에 처음 등록했는데요. 영어 이름을 벨라고 지어갔다고요? 벨은 어떤 느낌의 이름인가요, 선생님? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. 여러분 창민 남자 이름 창민 하면 어떤 느낌이죠? 창민. 저 옛날에 창민이라는 이름의 친구가 있었거든요. 어떤 느낌이에요? 동방신기 느낌이야. What? Yeah. So now usually when people tell you that, oh, this name feels like this, they're speaking from their own experience. It's very subjective. It's not an objective representation of the name. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Usually people draw that from their own experience and say, oh, this name feels like this. That's because of their own experience. It's not because that name objectively has that kind of feeling. You know what I'm trying to say? 내 방의 침대가 되고 싶은 느낌. 우와. Okay. 무매력. Not anymore. I used to use an English name when I was working at Hagwons, but I don't anymore, so I don't really actually have one. I'm on my way home. Oh, you like listening? Oh, okay. Cool, thanks. After getting off work, and I feel healed. Oh, that's great. That's it's kind of hard to believe, but hey, if even if that's just, you know, even if you're saying that out of courtesy, hey, I appreciate it. Have a safe trip home. Get home safely. I think Belle means beautiful in French, reminding me of Belle in the Beauty and the Beast. Oh, right, that the girl from the Beauty and the Beast. Her name was Belle, right? 동방신기. I've heard of the group. I just don't know any of their songs. I may have heard some of their songs, but I just don't know any of them. Let alone the lyrics to their songs. 숙자, 영자 이런 느낌 objective하게 촌스러워요. Yeah, and that's sure, because you know nobody gives those sort of names to their children nowadays, right? So yeah, there are some names, and you don't really see that sort of trend in English. I mean, even long time ago, there used to be Michaels and Johns, and there are still a lot of Michaels and Johns, and so I don't think there are. Well, maybe there are some names that sound a bit old, like what could there be? I can't think of any, but there might be a few, but not a lot. I'm just stopping by see you to grab some milk cream bread. Sounds good. Sounds good. What did you have for dinner? I had a very healthy meal that my wife prepared for me. It was just, it was kind of a fusion of Korean and, I mean, someone mentioned that it sounded like poke, and maybe it was like poke. Just a very small amount of brown rice, some cooked chicken breast with a touch of salt and pepper, some avocados on the side, slices of avocado on the side, and a salad. I mean, my wife makes the best salad. I'm not kidding about this, but like, because, you know, we like to eat out as much as we like to cook at home, although we prefer to go out. However, never have I had a better salad elsewhere that compared to what my wife makes. She makes like the best salad. I mean, people may have different opinions about this because, you know, people are different. People like different stuff. But like, personally, I like her salad better than any other salad that I can have like anywhere. She makes the best salads. And it's not like she always makes the same stuff. She uses different ingredients each time. Well, not every time, but there's plenty of variety there. And so, yeah, I mean, tonight we just happened to have a very, very healthy meal, and that was very good. It's actually really, really simple. But I think she's become very good at finding the right balance of acidity and sweetness and other stuff. Like she always has a very good balance in her her salads. ChatGPT says, when I hear the name Belle, it makes me think of something soft, gentle, and sweet. It's a short, pleasant name with a simple, melodic sound. Okay. No, I suck at cooking. I used to cook quite often, but I don't anymore. No, just some vinegar, and I think some virgin olive oil, and a touch of salt and pepper. That's it. Maybe. I just joined the membership a couple days ago, but couldn't find the Discord link. Would you mind briefly explaining how I can find it? It's not too much. Oh yeah. When you go to my YouTube channel, right? You'll see it. You'll see categories starting from, I think it's home, and then it's videos, and then it's live streams, maybe shorts, and then as you go along, you'll find posts. I think in Korean maybe it's 게시물 or 게시판, or maybe it's just post. I don't know. It used to be community, but now it's posts. So when you go there and you scroll down a bit, you'll see a link. You'll see the Discord link, and it should be updated because or maybe not. Wait, let me just make sure and update it again in case. Let's see. Posts. Edit. Okay, so the link has been updated. So go ahead and refresh the page, and you should be able to use the link there. Poor my husband, I'm not a good cook. It's okay. It's alright. You don't have to be good at everything, right? Wow, Floppynim, you're back home? Alright, congratulations! How do you feel? How do you feel? Life on Earth name? Korean Joe. As a Korean, I have spent so much time on memorizing something since I got in middle school. I finally found it wrong. I should have got used to kind of habit of enjoying their culture. Yeah, I mean, even if you are aiming to just learn the language, right? Even if you're simply just after the language, the best way is to just use the language instead of study. And what I mean by using the language, it includes a whole lot of stuff like just watching movies, reading about them, reading articles, communicating with them online and offline, just using it as much as you can. There's really nothing better that you can do than that. So yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, she, when she's really bored and has like absolutely nothing to do, yeah, she might tune into my stream every now and then, but normally she's got better stuff to do. So yeah, congratulations. What kind of vigor she switches it up. She doesn't. Sometimes she just uses regular vinegar, like regular vinegar that you can find in the local supermarket. Sometimes she uses vinegar, because I often watch her cook, and sometimes she uses vinegar out of these really fancy looking bottles. I don't even know if that's regular vinegar. I don't even know what kind of vinegar they are, but she uses different kinds. She doesn't like stick to one kind, I think. 깁스하고 여전히 피자. What? Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry. I mean, I'm glad you're getting better. That's excellent news, but you're in a lot worse condition than I thought you were going to be. Wow, okay. Whew. I hope you can get out of that chair soon. I realize that certain curiosities can be considered very rude, even though they're not necessarily aiming at hurting people's feelings. Always use common sense, I'd say. Always use common sense. 유퀴즈 봤는데 미국에 한국어만 강제로 사용하게 하는 캠프 같은 게 있더라고요. 2주 한 달 동안 강제로 그 언어 사용하게 하니까 중간부터 입이랑 귀가 트이고 집에 돌아가서 꿈에 한국어가 나온다. That's almost to the point of being traumatized. Isn't it? Try this in English, Kate님. Try this in English. 쌤, 미국 영어에서 heaps of이라는 표현을 많이 쓰나요? 쓰나요? From what I understand, it's a rather old-fashioned expression, but I guess in some very formal contexts, they might. But I'm not. I know what it means, like a lot of, right? Like large amounts of. And so I hear it from time to time, but not very often, especially from young people. I hardly ever hear it from young people nowadays. Nowadays, common sense isn't something in... Well, we all have common sense, right? Just trust in what you feel is appropriate or not. That's all I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter what other people think. Just trust how you feel about things, you know. Just treat other people how you want to be treated. Just think about that. I think that's a pretty fair way to look at things, right? Say things to people that you wouldn't mind having other people say to you. I hope that makes sense. I think that's pretty common sense. 한번 놓치면 밀리고 마음만 무거워지더라고요. 지금은 런닝메이트 청소 집안에는 그냥 들어 편하게. Yeah, that's what I recommend as well. Yeah. I want to dream in English just once. I mean, it's not going to be like that special of a thing. Heaps is used heaps in Australia. Is it? What it's cracked up to be라는 표현도 원어민 사이에서 흔하게 쓰이는 표현이냐고요? 뭐 쓸 때는 쓰죠. 뭐 그러니까 이게 어떤 표현이 흔하게 쓰인다라고 해서 뭐 막 누구나 다 많이 쓰. No, people tend to use different expressions, and so some people might use that, some people won't, and when I talk to AI, I use your book's content list with expressions highlighted with my pen so good to practice specific expressions. Yeah, that's good. That's a good method, I think. Targeted practice with certain expressions. I don't think I've ever sharpened so many pencils in my life. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yeah. Hi Sam, how do you feel lately? Being overly courageous when using English in real life has led to many bad, embarrassing, and flustering experiences. I've gotten frustrated a lot. That's great. That's good. Yeah. Because remember, there's no way to avoid that. The only way is through it. There's no way around it. The only way is through it. So anyone, anyone learning another language, that is something that you have to go through. It's a very necessary part of the learning it's part of the learning process. Okay? So I mean, you can't expect everything just to be very, very easy. Of course not. There's nothing that we learn in life where there are no obstacles. Everything that we learn in life, we have to run through obstacles, you know. So there's this strange there is this I don't know exactly why. I think it's because of the trauma, but there is this sentiment among Korean people that mean, think about it. Like, of course things are not going to always go the way you want to, right? Of course you're going to run through... Of course there are going to be bumps on the road, right? How can there not be? Many Korean students go to so-called winter camps, which aren't actually fun camps. They voluntarily choose to trap themselves in a facility for like 10 hours just to study. Pretty intense, right? Yeah, that is pretty intense. That is really intense. I feel sorry for them. That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the reality, but I guess it is, right? If I were to learn another language, I would love to learn Chinese. I think Chinese, it sounds really cool. It sounds really cool for some reason. This is something I've ever imagined that I'm sharpening. Oh, no. Whatever Kate did before. I don't think I've ever sharpened so many pencils in my life. I'm not that talkative even in Korean, so I think it's more difficult for me to learn English. That's true. That's true. Yes, you're right. Because you just use it a lot less. Yeah. Remember, earlier I said it's all about amount over time. And so if you're just simply not a talkative person, then you're not going to have that much amount. Even over the course of a long period of time, you're not going to just use that much. So, of course. Right. Have you ever dreamed in English? How could it happen? Curious. Sure. I've dreamed in English before. All right, we have 5 minutes left. You too, 몽쉘님. Have a great weekend. 영어 말하다가 중간에 막혔을 때가 반복되어서 요즘 힘들어요. Yeah, just try your best not to let it bother you. Remind yourself that it's okay. It's perfectly natural. It's part of the learning process, okay? Like, imagine, like, I always say the same thing, but imagine someone who's just started driving. Imagine they run into very difficult situations and they get scared and they stop. They stop driving. Is there another way to improve their driving skills before they go back on the road? No. The only way is to just go back on the road, even if it's hard, even if it's difficult. That's how we learn anything in life. So it's the crazy thing is that people expect English to be different. People expect, oh wait, but things are hard. But I had this very embarrassing moment. Yeah, that's how you learn. Why should learning English be different from anything else that we learn in life? Is it so special? Oh, you're like almost 60. Oh, okay, cool. I used to study in China to learn Chinese. I found it interesting, and Western students spoke very well, even though they sucked at writing Hanja. We Koreans and Japanese are the opposite. I thought, yeah. Because we're already kind of familiar with their characters, right? With the Chinese characters. It's just that we can't really speak the language that well. When I watch your videos, feels like I'm a native speaker because I think I can understand almost 99% what you say, but in reality I keep saying, sorry, come again, please? Well, that's kind of what I meant when I said that you have to always do, you always have to be doing a variety of different things. You can never depend or rely solely on one source of English engagement, and you can't always rely on one method in terms of like how you're exposing yourself to English and how you're using English and how you're studying and learning the language. You always have to be doing a variety of different things, engaging yourself with a variety of different sources, right? So just like, okay, let's say that you really enjoy this channel, right? My channel, but that doesn't mean that you should devote your entire English learning time to consuming my content. That's not good for you. That's counterproductive. You always have to be like an octopus. You have to have your tentacles like reaching out for a variety of different things constantly. Okay? Recommend talking to AI every day. It's like 총알을 미리 준비하는 before talking in reality. Kind of. Warming yourself up, right? Keeping yourself warmed up for an actual encounter with a native speaker. Even today, I got kind of nervous when I was listening to a Scottish workmate because of his accent and intonation. Like, always remind yourself that it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Frisianim sent a voice message. Here we go. Oh, this I don't think I've ever seen Frisianim in the Discord.
Like, always remind yourself that it's okay. It's fine.
Do I sound like that? Is that me? Man, I sound like a retard. All right, 9 o'clock, guys. Let's begin. I have a dialogue that I want to go through with you guys. Now, throughout this dialogue, I think I tried to keep the dialogue very simple and easy. It's a very easy to understand situation, not a lot of confusing things going on. However, there will be some, not a lot, but a few sentences that contain certain structures maybe, or use of certain words or expressions that you may not be very familiar with, and those are the ones that I want you to focus on, okay? Okay. Okay. Oh no, it's okay, Frisian. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for you to figure things out. So it's okay. You can upload whatever you want, as long as you're not like cursing and everything, right? So I wouldn't really mind actually, but just press buttons, try to figure things out. It might take a while to understand how things work. Okay, and that's fine. Don't worry. Take your time. Take your time. All right. Okay, let's begin. Let's begin. I think should be this. Right. It's just a dialogue. It's a dialogue, okay? We're gonna go through this dialogue, and let's begin. This is a dialogue between two friends. They are at a coffee shop. Okay, they are at a coffee shop, and that's where this dialogue begins. Okay. So A just ordered his drink, and he came back to his table, and he's looking a little confused. Okay, he's looking a little confused, and he says, huh. And B asks, 왜 그래? How do you say this? Obviously, there are many ways to say this, but how would you say it? 왜 그래? Okay, what's up? What's wrong? There are so many things. There are so many ways we can say this. I'm going to go with, is something wrong? Something wrong? Yeah. What happened? What's wrong? What's the matter? All these are correct. What's up? All these are correct. Okay, but I'm just going to go with, is something wrong? Something wrong? 방금 바리스타가 나를 되게 이상하게 쳐다봤어. 방금 바리스타가 나를 되게 이상하게 쳐다봤어. How would you say that in English? 방금 바리스타가 날 되게 이상하게 쳐다봤어. Okay. The barista just gave me a really strange look. Oh, and because it's a Friday night and I'm pretty sure that you all have things that you want to do, I'm going to try to go through the dialogue as quickly as I can, all right? Although it may take longer than usual. Let's see what happens, okay? So A says, And B says, something wrong? A says, the barista just gave me a really strange look. The barista just gave me a really strange look. The barista just gave me a really strange look. Now, if you were B, what would you say? If you were B, what would you say? What look? Okay, very good. That's probably what I would ask too. Really? Okay, that's sure. Really, are you sure? Okay. All right, let's go with this. 방금? 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 Just now? Yeah. 방금 저쪽에서 주문을 하고 있었는데 방금 저쪽에서 주문하고 있었는데 그런 일이 벌어졌다라는 말인데 딱 거기까지 얘기할 거예요. 방금 저쪽에서 주문하고 있는데 그랬다. Okay? 방금 저쪽에서 주문을 하고 있었는데 방금 저쪽에서 When I was just over there. When I was just over there. Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. 지금 일단 are you guys following? You guys understand what's going on so far? Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? 여기서 그 질문을 할게요. 뭐 어떻게 쳐다봤는데? What kind of look? What kind of look? 내가 무슨 내가 방구라도 낀 것처럼 내가 무슨 방구라도 낀 것처럼 쳐다봤다. 내가 무슨 방구라도 낀 것처럼. 그쵸? 이 라도라는 부분을 이렇게 or something으로 표현하는 거예요. 적절하죠? 자연스럽죠? As if I farted or something. YG? I was 200% sure that you were gonna say this. Just fun. Huh? Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. What would you say? What would you say? If you were B, what would you say? Did you? I like that, yeah. Did you? Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? Did you? What? Russell Westbrook is in the house.
Huh? Is something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something.
Did you? Did you? No. 오케이. 여기서 이제 A가 이어서 하는 얘기를요. 제가 쓰지 않고 영어로 그냥 보통 속도로 얘기를 해볼 테니까 여러분은 듣고 그거를 쓰는 게 아니라 그대로 쓰는 게 아니라 그게 뭘 의미하는 건지 해석을 한글로 한번 써보세요. 오케이? 제가 얘기를 딱 한 번 할게요. 정상 속도로 딱 한 번 얘기를 할 테니까 여러분 듣고 여러분 그 내용을 이해한 대로만 그냥 한번 한글로 해석을 해보세요. 오케이? You ready? You ready? 이 사람이 as if I farted or something. 그래서 Did you? It's like no. Okay, you guys ready? It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. 이거죠. 나를 안 보려고 안간힘을 쓰는 것 같더라. 날 안 쳐다보려고 노력하는 것처럼 말이야. Yes. One more time, please. It was like she was fighting the urge to. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. So, fight the urge to do something. Fight the urge to do something. Okay? So, 어떻게 하고자 하는 그런 본능적으로 보통은 그래요. 보통은 그게 충동이나 본능적으로 어떻게 하고자 하는 거를 억지로 그걸 막는 거를 이제 fight the urge to do something이라고 하죠. 오케이? 아마 이 urge라는 단어 자체가요. 여러분이 배우더라도 이게 뇌가 여러분이 you guys know that our brains are designed to keep us from danger, to keep us from discomfort. So whenever we feel discomfort, our brains tell us, get out of here, escape. This is uncomfortable. Oh, this is awkward. Get out of here. So whenever you see words like this, your brain kicks in. It's like, oh, look at this word. It's so weird. No. Go away. Don't even look at it. That's what happens. 실제로 그래요. 이런 단어는 보자마자 뭐야. I don't like this word. 그렇게 돼요. 근데 urge는 실제로 그냥 평소에 많이 쓰는 말이에요. Okay? Urge. So, no. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. 아, 잠깐만요. 제가 디스코드를 한번 껐다가 켜야겠네. Give me 1 second here. Exactly. Urge not to look at the word urge. Okay. 근데 왜 이상하게 봤는데 안 보려고 해요? Well, that's why it was strange. Why would she fight the urge to look at him? So that was the strange experience, right? That was the strange look. Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. 내가 팁을 줬어야 했나? 내가 팁을 줬어야 했나? 내가 팁을 줬어야 했나? Should I have do 맞긴 한데 지금 이 얘기는 was I supposed to가 좀 더 잘 어울리는 것 같아요. Was I supposed to tip her? Was I supposed to tip her? Tip her or give her a tip. Yeah. Was I supposed to tip her? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. No, not here. 너랑 눈을 안 마주치려고 했단 말이야? 이렇게 얘기를 어떻게 할 수 있을까요? 너랑 눈을 안 마주치려고 했단 말이야? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. Okay. 그냥 you mean이라고 해야 되죠. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Well, did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? 그런 느낌이었어. 그런 느낌이었어. How would you say that? Because, like, for real, like, how can you be sure what that person was actually doing, right? We can only speculate, 그쵸? We can only speculate when it comes to translating what someone else is doing. Okay, let's see. She felt like it. No. It felt like it. That was how I felt. I felt like that. It felt that way. Okay. It felt that way. 또 괜찮고요. It felt like it보다는 저는 어떻게 이거를 이런 상황에서 어떤 말이 가장 먼저 떠올랐냐면 That's what 그쵸? 나인님이 하신 거 보이시죠? 나인님, that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. 이런 거는요. 이런 게 정말 그 상황, 그 맥락과 그 느낌을 잘 살려서 이런 말을 정확하게 하는 게 은근히 어려워요. 어떤 사람한테 이런 표현, 되게 짧은 표현인데 지금 우리가 그냥 평소에 많이 쓰는, 적어도 그런 느낌이었다. 나는 그런 인상을 받았다. 이 얘기잖아요. 근데 그 상황에서 이렇게 얘기를 하는 거를 배우려면은요, 이거는 이런 거야말로 공부로 배울 수가 없어요. 이건 공부의 영역이 저는 아니라고 생각해요. 다른 것도 마찬가지 하지만. 그런데 이런 게 특히나 그래요. 이런 게 특히. 오케이? 이런 거를 그리고 이런 거라 하면 진짜 회화에서 쓰는 진짜 이런 말들. 그런 걸 배우려면 어떻게 해야 된다고요? 영어를 진짜 많이 접해야 돼요. 영화를 많이 보고, 미드도 많이 보고, 유튜브 영상도 많이 보고. Okay? So, that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. That's the impression I got. 라고 하면 자연스럽지 않냐고요? 그 자연스럽지가 건 자연스럽지가 않지 않냐고요? It sounds unnecessarily too formal. 불필요하게 너무 포멀한 느낌이에요. 나는 그런 인상을 받았다. 물론 해도 되죠. 근데 그런 느낌이었어. 이게 훨씬 더 자연스럽잖아요. 한국어에서도 나는 그런 인상을 받았다보다는 그런 느낌이었다. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. 근데 그러면서 또 날 그럼 뭐라고 하지? 힐끔힐끔이라고 하나요? 쳐다보는 거야. 내가 무슨 잘못이라도 한 것처럼. 이런 말을 해볼게요. 그쵸? 일단 이렇게 이어가는 거. But then. 이런 것도 정말 중요하죠. 어떻게 말을 이어갈 건지. 어떻게 이어가야 자연스러운지. That's what it felt like. 근데 그러면서 또 어떤 일이 벌어졌다. 그러면서 또 But then. Okay? But then. But then. But then what? Okay, glance로 할게요. She kept glancing at me. But then she kept glancing at me. Over at me라고 할까요? She kept glancing over at me. That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me. She kept glancing over at me. 이 부분은 어떻게 하죠? 어디 보자. As if I did something wrong. 그쵸? As if I did something wrong. 좋아요. 물론 지금 굳이 따지자면 as if I had done something wrong 있지만 원어민들 사이에서도 이 부분을 굳이 왜냐면 사실 여기서 과거 완료를 안 써도 의미가 잘못 이해가 될 여지가 없어요. It's very clear what this person is saying, and so in cases like this, they often just drop. They often just ignore the past perfect tense. 과거 완료 시제를 그냥 무시하고 쓰는 경향이 또 있어요. 점점 그 경향이 강해지고 있어요. 어쨌든. 근데 일단은 이게 맞긴 하니까 이렇게 쓸게요. So, yeah, that's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I'd done something wrong. 자, 지금 이 B가 여기서 이제 한 줄 얘기를 하고 또 A로 넘어갈 건데 이 한 줄을 제가 한국어로 얘기를 할 테니까 이거 같은 경우는 제가 한국어로 딱 얘기를 한 순간 아 하고 그냥 단어 하나가 떠오르듯이 문장이 한 번에 땅 하고 떠올라야 돼요. 오케이? 지금쯤이면은 그럴 수 있어야 돼요. 그렇지 않다면 안 그런다면 지금까지 여러분이 해온 영어를 배운 방법 뭔가 변화가 일어나야 돼요. 변화가 있어야 돼요. 오케이? 아시겠죠? 해볼게요. 뭔가 오해가 있었던 모양인데 뭔가 오해가 있었던 모양인데 뭔가 오해가 있었던 모양인데 뭔가 오해가 좀 있었던 모양인데 자 지금 어느 정도 뭐 맞게 해주시는 분들 뭐 대부분 지금 맞게 하고 계세요. 지금 맞게 해주시는 분들 거 보면서요. 와, 그 짧은 시간에 어떻게 저 문장을 만들었지가 아니에요. 아마 물어보면 다 비슷한 얘기를 할 거예요. 그냥 이거는 워낙 그동안 많이 반복을 해왔었던 표현 방식이기도 하고 심지어 이 말을 이대로도 많이 보고 듣고 써보기도 해서 그냥 이거는 이렇게 말하는 게 그냥 생각이 났다. 이런 얘기를 아마 해줄 거예요. Okay? There를 심지어 생략을 하는 방법도 있어요. 그냥 must have라고 이건 이제 진짜로 외국인들은 그렇게 말하는 경우가 많아요. Okay? Must have been some 지금 some misunderstanding이라고 하셨는데 저는 오늘 이렇게 할게요. Some kind of. 뭐 그게 그거예요. some으로 하든 some kind of라고 하든 it's very very similar. Very very similar. Okay. So, must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding.
Did you? No.
No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me.
I'm fighting the urge to fall asleep after meals all the time.
Yeah, right. Is that from one of my scripts?
It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me.
No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like.
That's what it felt like.
No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Must have been some kind of misunderstanding.
Yeah, must have been some kind of misunderstanding. There must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she was avoiding making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. 오케이. 이 다음에 A가 하는 얘기가 오늘 대화 내용이 나오게 된 계기가 된 문장이에요. 오케이? 이 한 문장을 여러분에게 오늘 꼭 배울 기회를 주고 싶다라는 생각에 오늘 이 대화를 짜게 된 계기가 이 문장 때문이에요. 오케이? Everybody ready? 일단 한번 여러분이 직접 영작을 할 기회를 드려볼게요. 해석을 어떻게 해야 될까? 잠깐만, 뭐였지? 일단 지금 이 말에 대한 response로 응답으로 I guess 하고 I guess 끊긴다고요? Is everybody else experiencing a lot of buffering today? Well, it is Friday night, right? So I suppose there is a lot of traffic on you. 아무튼 여기서 끊긴다고요? No, yes. 한두 번 끊겼어요. 지금도요. Same here. It's okay now? Same here. A lot of buffering. Let's see. How is my connection? Well, it's telling me that I have pretty good connection on my end. So I'm not really sure. It's happening quite okay. All right. Well, let's move on, right? Okay. Maybe while I'm reading through the dialogue again, maybe things will smooth out again. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. 소리가 자꾸 끊긴다고요? 소리가요? Wait, hold on a second. 소리가 끊긴다. I don't think it's a hardware problem. 뭔가 이상하다고요? I don't think it's a hardware problem. Okay, so I'm monitoring my own audio right now and everything looks pretty good. I don't see anything that could be causing any sort of problem here. So I don't know what it is. It's especially bad today. Okay. Okay, so maybe you guys could like try leaving the video and coming back and see if that helps. It's getting worse for Chicheon님. Sorry to hear that. I don't think there's anything that I can do on my end. Yeah. No, actually the ultra low latency should give us the best connection. At least as far as I understand. Really? But what you... Okay, so the problem with that... the problem with that is if we don't have it set to ultra low latency, there's going to be a big gap between our communication. And so there will be many moments where I just sit here silent, waiting for you guys to answer. And we've had that before, and it becomes very awkward. Anyway. So let me just read this one more time. Huh. Is something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. Well, must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although, 오해가 생길 만큼 어떤 교류가 없었는데 그냥 아메리카노 하나 달라고 했거든. So, how would you say this? 자, 교류가 거의 없었던 걸 얘기를 먼저 해볼게요. 이게 중요한 건 아니에요. 사실 이게 중요한 부분인데 오늘은 이게 중요한 부분인데 일단 이거부터 할게요. 이 부분은 it's not very important. There 사실 이 말이 먼저 나와야 되거든요. There was barely any exchange라고 할게요. There was barely any exchange. There was barely any exchange. 어떤 그 오가는 얘기 있죠? 대화 그런 걸 exchange라고 하기도 해요. 그게 뭐 거의 없었다. There was barely any exchange. There was barely any exchange. 중요한 거는 여기에 이어서 오해가 생길 만큼이라는 말을 어떻게 할 건지. 자, 이제 여러분이 이렇게 놓고 한번 생각을 해보세요. 이렇게 문장을 구성한다고 했을 때 어떻게 이 말로 이어가야 될까요? 번기님, very good. For there to be. 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 There was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. There was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. 이 for there to be라는 이 말이 어렵게 이건 좀 굳이 어렵게 말하는 거 아니냐라고 생각할 수가 있는데 no, this is actually for them. For native speakers, this is just very, very normal speech. It's very, very normal speech. This is not using unnecessarily difficult construction. No, this is actually very, very normal. I would like to show you just a few more examples using for there to be. Okay? I would like to show you just a few more examples using this pattern. secrecy가 한국어로 뭐죠? secrecy? 아, 그냥 비밀인가? 그냥 비밀인가요? secrecy? 이게 secrecy라는 게 무언가를 secret으로 여기는 그 행위를 얘기를 하는 거거든요. 무언가를 비밀로 여기는, 비밀로 다루는 그 행위를 secrecy라고 그래요. secret는 그 비밀인 그 내용인 거고요. 비밀인 거 얘기인 거고, secrecy는 뭔가를 비밀로 유지하는 그 행위를 secrecy. okay? Anyway, 비밀스러움? 뭐 그거 그렇게 볼 수도 있긴 하겠네요. Yes. Anyway, secrecy가 많다. 어떻게 얘기하죠? secrecy가 많다. How do you say that? secrecy가 많다. 비밀로 하고자 하는 그 경향이 많다 이런 의미거든요. secrecy가 많다라고 하면은 secret가 많다라고만 하면은 그냥 비밀인 게 많은 거고, secrecy가 많다라고 하면 그렇게 하려는 그런 경향이 많다라는 얘기인데, there is a lot of secrecy. 이렇게 할 수 있겠죠. There is a lot of secrecy. 비밀로 하고자 하는 그런 경향이 많다는 얘기예요. There's a lot of secrecy. Okay? There's a lot of secrecy. 자, 필요가 없다. 이 앞에 필요가 없다라고 하면은 비밀로 여기고자 하는 그게 많은데 그럴 필요가 없는 걸 얘기하는 거죠. 그쵸? It's unnecessary. 붙여볼까요? It's unnecessary. 이걸 붙이려면은 that로 못 붙어요. for가 돼야 돼요. for가 되고 이 is가 to be가 돼야 돼요. It's unnecessary for there to be a lot of가 그리고 이 맥락 때문에 so much로 바뀌는 게 좀 더 자연스럽겠죠. It's unnecessary for there to be so much secrecy. It's unnecessary for there to be so much secrecy. 그래서 이거를 조금 더 매끄럽게 문장을 구성을 한다면은요. 조금 더 매끄럽게 이런 문장을 볼 수 있겠죠. I don't see a reason for there to be so much secrecy around this. Around this. 라고 할까요? I don't see a reason for there to be so much secrecy around this. 이제 이렇게 얘기하는 이런 식의 문장 구성을 많이 들어볼 수 있을 거예요. I don't see a reason for there to be so much secrecy around this. 이 문제를 가지고 이렇게 이걸 비밀로 이렇게 유지하고자 하는 이럴 이유가 없다. 나는 이유를 모르겠다 그 얘기죠. 이거를 이렇게까지 비밀로 하고자 하는 난 그렇게 하는 이유를 모르겠어. I don't see a reason for there to be so much secrecy around this. 뭐 이 정도로 볼까요? So it usually takes several months for there to be enough data. I don't see a reason why there is so much secrecy around this. Yes, 그것도 괜찮아요. Anyway, so every now and then you will come across this sort of pattern for there to be. It's necessary in some constructions. 어떤 문장 구성에서는 이 for there to be가 필요해요. You will see it every now and then. Okay. 그러니까 여기서 there를 따로 보면 안 되고 there is야 there is. There is가 있다라는 말이잖아요. 있다. 뭐뭐가 있다잖아요. 여기서 there를 따로 놓고 볼 수는 없어요. 왜냐면 이게 같이 있어야 있다라는 의미가 되니까. 오케이? We need to take action for there to be progress. Sure. It's another example. Okay. 다시 원래 본문으로 돌아가세요. So, must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. There was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. Okay. So everybody understands what this is? Although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. 그래서 이게 어떻게 해석이 됐다고요? 오해가 생길 만큼의, 오해가 있을 만큼의 어떤 그런 충분한 교류가 없었다라는 얘기죠. Okay. This is probably the most natural way to say that. 지금 이 맥락에서는 요 얘기를 하기 위해서는 이걸 안 쓰기가 어려워요. 이 어렵다라는 게 뭐냐면 이렇게 안 쓰고 다르게 얘기를 하잖아요. 그러면 그냥 말이 좀 더 어려워져요. Yeah. So, there was barely an exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. 앞에서도 there must have been 같은 표현을 썼죠. There must have been some kind of misunderstanding. But there was barely an exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. 뭐라고 써져 있죠? 하나 달라고 했거든. 이건 뭐죠? 그냥 아메리카노 하나 달라고 했거든. Asked for까지 나와죠. I just asked. Right. I just asked for an Americano. I just asked for an Americano. I just asked for an Americano. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely an exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an Americano. Okay. 그 다음에 이어져서 몇 번에 걸쳐서 나오는 표현도 여러분이 오늘 아마 보면서 약간 좀 느낌 이상한데 싶은 마음이 들 수도 있는데 오늘 이번 기회를 통해서 여기에 좀 익숙해져 봤으면 좋겠어요. 자, 이 얘기를 어떻게 할까요? 한번 영어로 바로 해보세요. 여러분 생각나는 대로 바로 해보세요. 널 어디서 본 적 있는 거 아니야? 널 어디서 본 적 있는 거 아니야? 널 어디서 본 거 아니야? 본 적 있는 거 아니야? 자, 과자님이 Maybe she saw you somewhere before. 이것도 맞아요. 이것도 맞아요. Maybe she is familiar with you. 이거는 조금 지금 하고자 하는 얘기랑 좀 달라요. She must have seen you somewhere. Okay, seen you. 이것도 괜찮군요. 괜찮고요. 오케이. 자, 근데 그러니까 전에 본 적이 있기 때문에 알아보는 거. 이 사람 그 사람이잖아. 이걸 뭐라고 하죠, 영어로? recognize. 그쵸? recognize. 그쵸? 보고 그거잖아. 이거 그거잖아. 저 사람 그 사람이잖아. 자, 이거를요. 지금 하고 계시는 seen you somewhere 이거랑 합쳐서 표현하는 거를 가끔 들을 수가 있어요. So 이렇게 maybe she recognized you from somewhere. 이렇게요. Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. 그래서 maybe she seen you somewhere before. 이거랑 maybe she recognized you. 이게 합쳐진 거죠. 어떻게 보면은. Maybe she recognized you. 무어로부터 어딘가 본 게 있으니까 from somewhere. 그러니까 이거를 가장 비슷하게 만약에 해석을 한국어로 한다면 어디서 널 본 적 있어서 널 알아본 거 아니야? 약간 이렇게 얘기를 한 거죠. 야, 어디서 널 본 적 있어서 널 알아본 거 아니냐? Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. 그렇죠. 이렇게도 얘기하기도 하죠. Yeah. Maybe she knows you from somewhere. Oh, shoot. 네 학생 중 하나 아니야? 그쵸? Maybe she's one of your students. 그럴 수도 있지. Could be. 근데 그러면 왜 날 피하는데? 그 대놓고 피하는 거 말고요. 약간 그 뭐라고 해야지? 그 어떻게 얘기해야 되지? 여러분, avoid를 하는 거랑 be avoidant의 차이를 혹시 아시나요? Do you know the difference between avoiding something or someone and being avoidant? Do you know the difference? Does anybody know the difference? No? Oh, really? 그러니까 avoid는 말 그대로 진짜 피하는 거고요. 만나지 않도록. Being avoidant는 그런 모습을 보이는 거죠. 그러니까 아까처럼 so as we talked about before, the barista didn't straight out avoid the person, but it looked like she was trying to avoid eye contact, but then she kept glancing over. She was being avoidant. She was showing that kind of character. Okay? So, anyway. 그러니까 이거는 진짜로 피하는 거고, 뭐 자리를 피한다거나 아니면 뭐 전화를 안 받고 이런 게 avoid를 하는 거고, being avoidant는 약간 그런 태도를 보이는 거. 오케이? 태도를 보이는 거. 이건 태도, 이건 행동이라고 볼 수 있겠네요. Anyway, 여기서는 그걸 쓸 거예요. 그걸 한국말로 정확히 어떻게 될지 잘 몰라서 일단 그냥 피한다고만 했는데 자 그리고요 이 근데 그러면 이거 있죠 이거를 이렇게 표현을 해볼게요 이렇게 표현을 해볼게요 뭐 아까 했던 것처럼 but then why 이렇게 물론 할 수도 있지만 I want to show you a different expression okay? 이게 한국어에서 더 잘 어울리는 해석이 있는지 모르겠어요 maybe you can help me find it okay but that doesn't explain but that doesn't explain 뭐 어려운 말은 아닌데 이게 어려운 말은 아니에요. 근데 그러면 이거는 왜 이러는 건데? 그러니까 앞에서 어떤 다른 얘기가 나왔는데 근데 그러면 이건 왜 이러는 거야? 그럼 이건 뭐야? 약간 이런 식으로 어떤 거 언급된 것에 이어서 그건 그렇다 쳐도 그럼 이건 또 왜 이러는 거냐? 이렇게 얘기할 때 물론 다른 것도 있지만 but that doesn't explain 이렇게 얘기를 할 수 있었으면 좋겠어요. 오케이? 오케이. 설명이 안 되잖아. 이게 한국어에서는 좀 I don't know. It feels to me it sounds a bit too formal for some reason, but in English this is a perfectly fine context for this to be used. Okay? Right. So, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. 라고 할게요. But that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. Hey, maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh, shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. 여기서 B가 뭐라고 할까요? Yeah. Don't think too much. Who cares? You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. Does this make sense to you? Yes. Yes. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. Well, the way I imagined it, A is not a foreigner. A is a local. Here, I want you to take note of this. how someone is about something. How someone is about something. How someone is about something. 외국어를 배우는데 약이 오르면 안 되죠. 약이 오르면 안 되죠. You're getting too emotionally attached. No. Why? Why? So how someone is about something. You know how some of these people are about doing this and doing that. If I remember correctly, 제가 사실 제 책에 있는 내용을 잘 기억을 못하는 편인데, 글쎄요, JC가 혹시 이거를 기억하려는 모르겠는데, 제가 써놓은 예문, 제가 활용한 예문 중에 하나에 이 표현이 쓰인 게 하나 있었어요. 혹시 생각나시는 분 있으려나? 혹시 저도 그게 정확히는 기억이 안 나는데 대략적으로는 기억나는 문장이 있거든요. JC doesn't know? I think she's pretending not to know. 이런 문장이 있었어요. You know, 그 한국어로 해볼 테니까 한번 해보세요. 야, 걔 다른 사람들이 자기 물건 만지는 거에 대해서 걔가 어떤지 너도 알잖아. 걔 다른 사람들이 걔 물건 만지는 거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는지 어떻게 느끼는지 너도 알잖아. 이런 예문이 있었어요. 아이키님 기억나요? So 뭐 이런 식이었을 거예요. You know how she is about other people touching her stuff. You know how she is about other people touching her stuff. You know how someone is about something. About 뒤로 큰 명사절이 와야 되죠. Other people touching her stuff. 이게 아마 아마 요 예문이었던 것 같아요. 이게 그 책에도 있었던 내용인데, 아무튼 여기서도 지금 그게 쓰이고 있죠. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. Okay. 그쵸. 이게 다 아는 단어인데 무슨 뜻인지 모르겠는 거, 말이 이렇게 안 나오는 거. 그래서 이제 열받고 약 오르잖아요. 그러면 어떻게 해야 되냐면은 이게 뭐가 잘못됐다는 얘기냐면 그동안 배워온 방식이 틀렸다라는 거예요. 그동안 배워온 방식이 영어를 배우려고 시간을 보낸 그 방식이 문제가 있었다라는 얘기예요. That's what I really want to say about that. Okay? 외국어를 정상적으로 뭐 특별한 방법을 얘기하는 게 아니에요. 외국어를 정상적인 방법으로 배워왔잖아요. 그러면은 이게 왜 그 뜻인지는 몰라도 이거 그 뜻인지는 알 것 같아. 이게 정상이에요. 이렇게 돼야 돼요. 오케이? 그렇게 되려면은 지금까지 해온 공부 방식에서 빨리 벗어나고 영어를 많이 평소에 일단 접하는 것부터 시작을 해야 돼요. 진짜 영어를 많이 접해봐야 돼요. Okay? Hey, maybe she recognizes you from somewhere. Oh shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be. that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners.
Yeah, could be. But that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners, eh?
Maybe she recognizes you from somewhere. Oh shit, maybe she's one of your students.
Okay.
I guess. Although, there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano, you know? Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh shit. Maybe she's one of your students, mate.
Maybe she recognized you somewhere.
Okay. Maybe she recognized you from somewhere.
There was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding.
I don't see a reason for there to be so much secrecy around this. It usually takes several months for there to be enough data.
I mean, was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me, as if I'd done something wrong. There must have been some kind of misunderstanding.
Oh, Ralphie, you have a very distinct British English accent. Interesting.
Is something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something? Did you? No.
All right. Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I'd done something wrong. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano. Hey, maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh, shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be. But that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. Okay, moving on. 자, 여기서 어떤 얘기를 이어서 할 거냐면 이렇게 얘기를 하자마자 you know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners 얘기를 하자마자 너 혹시 뭐 네 수업에서 뭐 본 적은 없어? 저 사람 본 적 없어? 네 수업 중에 하나에서 저 사람 본 적 없어? 뭐 이런 비슷한 얘기를 하고 싶어요. 어떻게 얘기하면 좋을까요? 혹시 네 수업에서 저 사람 본 적 없어? 앞에서 활용한 이거를 또 한 번 써볼게요. 어떻게 얘기를 할 거냐면 You don't recognize her from 뭐라고 하면 좋을까요? From what? from one of your lectures. 이것도 맞아요. 이것도 맞아요. 근데 one보다 저는 다른 말로 하고 싶을 것 같아요. one도 맞아요. 괜찮은데 저는 I don't know. I just feel like using a different word, not one. Any. You don't recognize her from any of her classes? Because it doesn't matter how many, it doesn't matter what kind, just any class, any of your classes, right? You don't recognize her from any of your classes? Hey, maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh, shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Oh, could be. But that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. So, you don't recognize her from any of your classes? You don't recognize her from any of your classes? 아니? 하긴 내가 얼굴을 잘 기억 못하긴 하지. 이런 말은 어떻게 할까요? 이 하긴이라는 말이 잘 어울리는지는 모르겠는데 이런 느낌으로 쓰는 말이에요, 영어가. 아까 한번 나왔었어요. 일단 no, 그렇죠? no 하면서 I don't recognize her죠? I don't recognize her. 이게 맞나? 한국어가 좀 빗나갔나? But then 이건 근데 또인가? 근데 또? 아무튼 but then. So, you don't recognize her from any of your classes? No. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. I'm terrible at remembering faces. No. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. You don't recognize her from any of your classes? No. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Oh, sorry about that. Was it because of that? Okay. Remembering feces? Faces. No. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. 게다가 그러니까 여기서 무슨 얘기를 제가 하고 싶냐면 해석이 잘 안 되는데 너무 많은 수의 학생을 너무 짧은 시간씩 만난다. 그 요소도 얘기를 하는 거예요. 그걸 어떻게 얘기하면 좋을까요, 영어로? 무슨 얘기인지는 알겠죠? 게다가 너무 많은 양의 학생들을 너무 짧은 시간씩 마주치긴다, 만난다. 오케이, 해볼게요. Plus, 좀 쉬운 말로만 I see so many of them. Plus, I see so many of them. 그냥 너무 많이 만난다. I see so many of them. For very로 할까요? Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. I see so many of them for very short periods of time. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. You don't recognize her from any of your classes? No. But then, I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. I see so many of them for very short periods of time. Hey, maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh, shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. You don't recognize her from any of her classes? No. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. Yes. Yes. 맞아요. 저희 다뤘던 건 기억나시죠? period를 periods로 했던 거. 그 이유도 기억은 나시죠? 멍님, thank you very much for the membership support. That's a very cute Shiba. I think it's a Shiba. That's a very cute dog you got there. Thank you for the membership support. 잠깐 짧은 시간들씩만 본다. Yes. That's right. Yeah. So many times. 왜냐면 한 번에 짧은 시간이 아니잖아요. 그렇죠? 그런 시간이 여러 번 반복되고 하니까. 그래서 periods. 이게 우리말에는 이 말이 없는 게 너무 아쉬워요. 저는 있다고 생각했었는데 없다고 하더라고요. 그 짧은 시간씩 너무 많은 학생들을 너무 짧게씩 저는 이런 말이 있는 줄 알았는데 없다고 하더라고요. 어쨌든 있었으면 좋겠네요. 너무 짧게씩 짧은 시간씩. 오케이. Alright. So, no. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for short periods of time. 이렇게 생각해야 돼요. 이렇게 생각하세요. 이 short period of time, 짧은 시간 동안, 짧은 시간 동안, 짧은 시간씩 두 가지가 있어요. A short period of time. 이거 아니면 short periods of time이에요. Okay? It's either a short period of time or short periods of time. Does that make sense? So if you say a short period of time, you're obviously talking about one short period of time. If it's not one, it must be many. Okay? All right. 첫 번째 첫은 빼야 되는 거죠. What? Of? Yes. Yes, you're right. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, my bad. That's right. Yeah, so a short period of time and short periods of time. Yes, you're right. You're right. Okay, so that's it. 나머지는 다 그냥 다 쉬운 그냥 맥락을 위해서 나오는 말이고 뭐 어려운 거 없어요. 그렇게 신경 쓰이면은 가서 얘기해 봐. 뭐라고 하죠? 이것도 거의 그냥 한 단어가 떠오르지 이 문장 떠올라야 돼. 야, 그렇게 신경 쓰면 가서 얘기해 봐. 야, 그렇게 신경 쓰면 가서 얘기해 봐. 그렇죠? 지금 이 정도면은요. 이 정도면은 거의 그냥 한 문장이 쫙 그냥 한 번에 생각이 나야 돼요. 그렇죠? If it bothers you that much. If it bothers you that much. If it bothers you that much, just go talk to her. 그리고 이 뒤에 무슨 얘기를 넣을 거냐면 가서 얘기해봐. 너가 뭐 무슨 말을 해서 그런 건지 아니면 네가 어떤 행동을 해서 그런 건지 인지 한번 가서 얘기해봐. 야, 그렇게 신경 쓰면 너가 뭐 무슨 얘기를 해서 그런 건지 아니면 너가 무슨 행동을 해서 그런 건지 가서 한번 얘기해봐. 그거를 확인해봐라. 그거를 가서 확인해봐라. 그쵸? 그래서 이거를 이어줄 때 and see if 뭐 너가 if it was because of you or something you did something wrong 이렇게도 괜찮은데요. See if you did something wrong. 근데 그것보다 훨씬 더 자연스러운 표현 방식이 something you did or said. Hey, if it bothers you that much, just go and talk to her and see if it's something you did or said. Hey, if it bothers you that much, just go talk to her and see if it's something you did or said.
Huh, something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. A kind of look. As if I farted or something. Did you? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess, although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano. Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners.
Oh, okay. That was a pretty long one. Okay.
You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. You don't recognize her from any of your classes? No, but then I'm terrible at remembering faces.
Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh shoot, maybe she's one of his students. Could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners? You don't recognize her from any of your classes? Then again, I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, they see so many of them for very short periods of time. If it bothers you that much, just go talk to her and see if it's something you did or said.
Okay. All right. It's nice to have some different accents here. 그쵸? 이게 그 영어 대화에서는 자주 들어볼 수 있는 화법이라고 해야 되나? 이게 한국어로는 이게 이게 자연스러운 건지 모르겠어요. 이렇게 하는 게. 이런 식으로 얘기를 하나요? 그러니까 맞나요, 이게? 그리고 뭐라고 말하라고? 이게 영어에서는 이런 식으로 많이 얘기를 하거든요. 그러니까 이렇게 얘기를 하는 게 부적절하지 않느냐, 또는 이렇게 얘기를 하는 게 좀 어색하지 않겠느냐, 오히려 더 상황을 악화시키지 않겠느냐라는 의미에서 인용 문장을 그대로 넣고 and say what 이렇게 얘기를 많이 해요. and say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? 약간 그 톤도 딱 이렇게 보통 얘기해요. And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? 이런 식으로 뭔가 약간 황당하다는 듯이 좀 이런 톤으로 많이 얘기를 해요. 딱 이런 식으로 얘기를 할 때요. Okay? Hey, if it bothers you that much, just go talk to her and see if it's something you did or something you said. And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? All I'm saying. 이 말은 언제 쓰는 말이죠? All I'm saying is 영어에서는 이 말은 언제 쓰는 걸까요? All I'm saying is 오케이. 뭐 대충 이해하셨죠? 그러니까 내 말은 이렇다라는 거지. 그렇죠? All I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. Yeah, all I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. 그러니까 이 말을 왜 이렇게 하고 있는 거냐면 여러분도 지금 느끼고 계시겠지만 비록 이렇게 하는 게 어색하고 뭐 그렇다 한들 물론 이것도 맞는 말이지만 어쨌든 이건 사실이다. All I'm saying. Okay. Alright, 요라봉님. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. 그러네요. Only one way to be sure. Sorry about that. 요약하는 거기도 하고요. 이거만큼은 고려했으면 좋겠다. 어떤 빠져서는 안 될, 무시해서는 안 될 어떤 요소. All I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. Yes, it's true this may be very awkward, but that doesn't change the fact that there's only one way to be sure. Okay, that's kind of what this is. Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I'd done something wrong. Well, it must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano. Hey, maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh, shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are talking to foreigners? You don't recognize her from any of your classes? No. But then, I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. Well, if it bothers you that much, just go and talk to her and see if it's something you did or said. And say what? Excuse me, why were you acting so funny earlier? Hey, all I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. 오케이. 지금 하고 계시는 것처럼 이렇게 보고 읽으면서 들으면서 그리고 여러분도 말을 하면서 가장 여러분한테 그때그때 순간순간 가장 인상 깊게 와닿는 그런 표현들을 반복해서 말을 해보고 그리고 써보고 이런 거를 반복하는 것도 중요해요. Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I'd done something wrong. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano. Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh, shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners? You don't recognize her from any of your classes? No. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. Hey, if it bothers you that much, just go talk to her and see if it's something you did or said. And say what? Excuse me, why were you acting so funny earlier? Look, all I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Well, did you? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano. Hey, maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. So you don't recognize her from any of your classes? Let's add a so there. So you don't recognize her from any of your classes? No, but then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. Hey, if it bothers you that much, just go and talk to her and see if it's something you did or said. And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? Hey, all I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. Sam, felt like 발음 질문이에요. Felt like 처럼 이어서 발음하나요? 아니면 끊어서 발음해요? Felt like. 근데 끊는 방식이 목에서 끊어요. 안 끊고 이어지잖아요. 그 felt like라고 한 것처럼 그 felt like 그 L 하면서 음성이 계속 이어져요. 이어져요. felt like. 근데 T면은 그게 잠깐 여기서 끊어요. So felt like. 좀 천천히 하면은 felt like. Okay? So that's what it felt like. 만약에 felt like면은 that's what it felt like. 훨씬 더 부드럽게 라가 들리죠. felt like. That's what it felt like. Must have been some kind of, right. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. It must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely an exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano. Hey, maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. So you don't recognize her from any of your classes? No. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for short periods of time, or very short periods of time. If it bothers you that much, just go and talk to her, see if it's something you did or said. And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? Hey, all I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. 사진 전에 보여주세요. 영상을 피기 다시 복습하고 다시 열심히 해야겠습니다. Well, that would be great, and it would be even better if you can, keep it up, right? That's always the key. Not stopping, that's always the key. So let me highlight just some of the things that I would like you to pay more attention to. So gave me a strange look. When I was just over there ordering my drink. I think this is like it's one of those kind of descriptions that looks easy, but it's actually kind of hard. 방금 저기서 주문하고 있었는데 그 얘기잖아요. 방금 저쪽에서 주문하고 있었는데 그 얘기가 지금 when I was just over there ordering my drink. Okay? 그렇죠? 이렇게 연결하는 거. 그리고 이게 어떤 느낌으로 지금 얘기를 하는 건지, 그렇죠? 방금 저쪽에서 주문하고 있었는데 지금 이거죠. 이거를 지금 이렇게 얘기를 한다라는 거. 그래서 이게 그런 식의 말투구나라는 거를 느끼면서, yeah, when I was over there ordering my drink. 그 느낌으로 얘기를 하는 거 이렇게 연결을 좀 시킬 수 있으면 좋을 것 같아요. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. 그 느낌이죠. What kind of look? As if. 오늘 as if의 활용도 좀 나왔어요. 그쵸? As if 마치 뭐뭐인 것처럼 마치 뭐뭐인 것 같이. 근데 그쵸? 그리고 이 or something의 활용이에요. 방구를 끼기라도 한 것처럼. 그쵸? 의문형을 끝까지 안 하고 did you? 낀 거야? 이렇게 하는 것도 좀 보면 좋고요. It was like as if랑 비슷하죠. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. 이거 뭐 중요한 건 아니에요. Fight the urge to. 중요한 건 아니지만 기억하고 있으면 좋긴 해요. So fight the urge to do something. 뭐뭐를 하고자 하는 그 충동을 억누르는 거. 충동을 억누른다라는 말이 맞겠네요. So, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to? 이렇게 질문하는 거예요. Was I supposed to do something? 내가 이렇게 했었어야 됐나? No, not here. Avoid making eye contact. 이거는 뭐, 그쵸? 이거 같은 경우는 진짜 하나의 단어처럼 인식이 될 정도로 익숙해져야 돼요. Avoid making eye contact. Avoid making eye contact. Avoid making eye contact. 많이 반복하시고요. 하나의 단어처럼 느껴질 때까지. Okay? Avoid making eye contact. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. 이것도 은근히 중요해요. 그런 느낌이었다. 나는 그 순간에 그 현장에 그 당시에 그런 인상을 받았다라는 말을 쉽게 그런 느낌이었어라고 하는 것처럼 That's what it felt like. Yeah, that's what I felt like. That's how I felt는 감정에 대한 거예요. 감정. 근데 이거는 내가 받은 인상인 거죠. 그래서 받은 인상은 That's how I felt 보다는 because we're not exactly talking about emotion. We're talking about the impression. Okay? So that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me. Glance over at someone. Not very important, but it's worth taking a look at, okay? As if 또 나왔죠? As if I'd done something wrong. 내가 마치 잘못이라도 한 것처럼. 사실 생각해보면 이것도 요대로 as if I'd done something wrong. 그렇죠? 요대로 은근히 나중에 가지고 있다가 쓰기에 좋은 그런 phrase인 것 같아요. as if I'd done. 내가 마치 무슨 잘못이라도 한 것처럼. 내가 무슨 잘못이라도 한 것처럼. 그 얘기죠. 내가 무슨 잘못이라도 한 것처럼 자꾸 날 이렇게 힐끔힐끔 쳐다보는 거야. Right? 이거요. 이거는 뭐 I've already talked about how important this is. 이거 얼마나 중요한지. Okay, must have been some kind of misunderstanding. 물론 kind of 빼도 돼요. There must have been some misunderstanding. There must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Although there was barely an exchange. 이건 중요한 건 아니지만 이 for there to be 의 활용이 은근히 이게 처음 이렇게 쓰이는 거를 이 there is 뭐뭐가 있다라는 말이 이런 식으로 뭐 있기 위해서는 약간 그렇게 해석이 되기도 하네요. 뭐뭐가 있으려면 뭔가 있기 위해서 이런 식으로 쓰이는 거가 익숙하지 않으면은 좀 이렇게 많이 보면 좋을 것 같아요. So there was barely an exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. Yeah. So I just asked for an americano. Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. So recognize someone from somewhere. It's not very important, but it's a very convenient expression. Very convenient. 편리한 표현인 것 같아요. Recognize someone from somewhere. Okay. Maybe she's one of your students. Could be. That doesn't explain why. 그렇죠? 그렇다고 이게 그러니까 그렇죠. 직역으로 해석하면은요. 근데 그렇지만 그게 그렇다고 해서 이게 설명되는 건 아니야. 제가 느끼기에는 굉장히 영어스러운 표현인 것 같아요. Saying that doesn't explain why. Okay? 영어스러운 표현인 것 같아요. 그래서 영어스러운 표현이기 때문에 우리가 잘 이런 걸 못 쓰는 것 같아요. 보고 해석해보면 의미는 확실히 알아요. But it's expressions like this that are kind of hard for us to use in actual conversation. Okay? Anyway, 그래서 한번 넣어봤고요. So could be, but that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. Okay. So, you know how some of these people are about talking to. 이거 중요하죠. How someone is. 여기 아까 어디 있었지? 밑에 어딘가 있어요. 이거 있죠. How someone is about something. It means how they respond to something. How they act in some situation. That's what this is, okay? So you know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. 여기 사람들 중 일부가 외국인들과 얘기하는 거에 대해서 어떻게 반응하는지 너도 알지 않냐? 지금 이 얘기를 하는 거죠. 어떻게 느끼고 어떻게 거기에 대해서 처신? It's too big of a word, 그렇죠? 어떻게 거기에 대해서 respond를 하는지 너도 알지 않냐? You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. So, you don't recognize her from any of your classes? 그쵸? Recognize her from. 이게 또 쓰였죠? 아까도 얘기했지만 it's not terribly important, but it comes in handy when you're talking about something like this, right? 그래서 뭐 너 수업에서 걔 본 적 없어? So, 물론 이거를 그냥 you haven't seen her in any of your classes 라고 해도 되긴 하지만 I feel like this is a more fitting expression considering the context. No, but then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. For very short periods. I think this is a very important expression. 전에도 얘기했었지만 이거는 뭐 아까도 얘기했지만 하나의 단어가 떠오르듯이 If it bothers you that much, just do something. If it bothers you that much, just go and ask. Just go and talk to her. Yeah, if it bothers you that much, just call her and ask her. And see if. And see if로 이어가는 거까지. 확인을 해라. 이런 상황인 건지 저런 상황인 건지를 확인하라는 차원에서 see if 다다다다. Okay? If it bothers you that much, just go and talk to her and see if it's something you did or something you said. 이거는 뭐 아주 중요한 거는 아니지만 그 외국인들이 많이 이것도 좀 영어스러운 뭐랄까 화법인 것 같아요. 영어스러운 화법. 그렇다고 이렇게 얘기하는 건 좀 그렇지 않느냐라고 하는 거죠. And say what? Excuse me? Okay? Excuse me, but why was that so funny earlier? All I'm saying is 내가 말하려는 것의 요점이기도 하고 그렇죠? 요점을 말하는 거기도 하고 뭐 이것저것 다 따져도 어쨌든 이건 사실이지 않느냐. 약간 그래서 이걸 생각해야 된다. 약간 이런 느낌으로 얘기를 하는 거예요. All I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. Okay. Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. What kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No. It was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. Must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano. Maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh, shoot. Maybe she's one of your students. Could be. But that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. So, you don't recognize her from any of your classes? No. But then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. If it bothers you that much, just go and talk to her and see if it's something you did or said. And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? Hey, all I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. One last time. Huh. Something wrong? The barista just gave me a really strange look. Just now? Yeah, when I was just over there ordering my drink. Well, what kind of look? As if I farted or something. Did you? No, it was like she was fighting the urge to look at me. Was I supposed to tip her? No, not here. You mean she avoided making eye contact with you? That's what it felt like. But then she kept glancing over at me as if I had done something wrong. There must have been some kind of misunderstanding. I guess. Although there was barely any exchange for there to be a misunderstanding. I just asked for an americano. Hey, maybe she recognized you from somewhere. Oh shoot, maybe she's one of your students. Could be. But that doesn't explain why she was so avoidant. You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners. So you don't recognize her from any of her classes? No. But then, I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. If it bothers you that much, just go talk to her and see if it's something you did or said. And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? Look, all I'm saying is there's only one way to be sure. All right, that's it. That was pretty long. That was pretty long. Okay, I've just saved the entire script in the description section below the like button. It's right below the like button. And so do what you want with that. But what I recommend, as always, I recommend that you take the script and, you know, pair up with someone who's also trying to learn some English and just go through the script as if you were two actors rehearsing for a scene, okay? Change roles and make sure to like really put your emotion into this dialogue so that it actually feels like, you know, just kind of believe it. Like believe you're really going through this situation and that you're actually the person in this dialogue. And that's because that's really, you know, that's really what it takes to be, you know, to practice as if it were real, right? And hopefully that secondhand experience can carry over to a real situation where you are actually conversing with in real life, right? So, okay. Okay. I think it's in there now. Yeah, it's there. It's all there. Okay. Yeah, carry over. Yeah, so that's what you really need to be expecting. You can't expect to remember and load the things you learned previously. You just have to experience things secondhand as much as you can, right? And hopefully that that experience carries over to a real situation and it just sort of comes out without having to think about it. You know what I mean? I know that sounds kind of insane. I know that sounds hard, but that's what really needs to happen. Okay? All All right. Okay, thanks for spending time with me, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this helps. Please make good use of it. And I hope I can see you all again really soon. And also, have a great rest of your evening and the rest of your weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, I hope I can see you guys again very soon. See you guys. Thanks, YG. Thanks for staying up until so late and giving us these reminders. Thank you very much. Did we have some more? We had another 40-second recording from Frisia. I wonder which one this is. Since it's here, since we're here, I might as well give it a listen, right?
You know how some of these people are about talking to foreigners? You don't recognize her from any of your classes? No, but then I'm terrible at remembering faces. Plus, I see so many of them for very short periods of time. If it bothers you that much, just go talk to her and see if it's something you did or said. And say what? Excuse me, but why were you acting so funny earlier? All I'm saying is, there's only way to be sure.
There's only one way to be sure. There's only one way to be sure.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like.
You see, everybody should be doing this sort of practice. I guess you could call this kind of like shadowing, right? You're kind of like doing shadowing. Okay, peace out. Have a great night.